Welcome to High Points, a ministry of Sharon Heights Baptist Church, where we try to take a issue or a subject from our current climate, whether it be in news or politics or whatever, and try to apply it through a biblical worldview. I'm Tracy Trivett. This is our pastor, Terry Trivett, and we're glad you joined us. Now, we have to acknowledge that we sort of vanished for what seems like an eternity. I believe our last High Points, we used the French Revolution as our news of the day. It was a long time. So what on earth would bring us sort of out of the shadows to do another High Points right now? What could be so important that you and I would get back together today of all days?
College football.
Football, okay. All right.
In the South, it's really a high holy day.
Yes, it is.
It's remarkable when college football begins. But I saw this story, and it just reminded me of a principle. So let me set out for you the scenario, because I know you hadn't seen it yet. It's a major college football game, like the top division in college football. And one team playing the game gets a guy out of the stands.
Nice.
They get a guy out of the stands. They take him in the locker room, put a uniform on him, bring him out on the sideline. They actually get him out on the field as quarterback, and he scores a touchdown.
This happened recently.
It happened this past weekend.
So this isn't the 12th man kind of thing from way back when.
No, it's the truth. I'm telling you the truth. All right, now let me tell you the whole story. Malcolm Perry is the fourth string quarterback for Navy.
Okay.
And on their game this Saturday against, I think it was Fordham or Furman or somebody.
One of those amazing teams.
Yeah, They he didn't even dress out. He was in his Navy uniform in the stands as a fan. And the first string quarterback got hurt, and they realized that the third string quarterback wasn't available to play either. So the second string quarterback comes in, and they send somebody into the stands to go get Malcolm and say, you need to go put your uniform on. So he goes in the locker room, gets dressed, comes back out on the field, and then they go to winning the game, and they actually put him in the game, and he scores a touchdown in the game.
So did Navy win?
Yeah, Navy won. That's the reason he got in the very end, because they were up so much.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So when I read this story, I can't help but think about the church, because I feel like sometimes what is going on in church is you have a large number of people who show up and watch a small number of people do what they do on Sunday. But that's so not how it's supposed to be. Every one of us within the church are part of a body. And Jesus has gifted us in unique ways to participate in what the body does. Now, you may not be called from the pew this Sunday to come up and preach the sermon, but there are things you can do and you should do, and every one of us should feel like we're a part of the team that is doing what Jesus has called us to do. I guess my challenge is you don't want to be a spectator as to what's going on in your church. You don't want to just show up and watch. You want to be a part of it. We talked Sunday out of Romans 1 about how Paul said, I want to come. I have a spiritual gift that I want to share with you and bless you. But then he immediately says, but it's also that you will be a blessing to me, that together we'll be built up because of your faith and mine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't plan on calling on anybody Sunday just out of the blue to go get a Bible and a tie on and come up and preach the sermon. But I want to see all of us as part of the church using our gifts to see the work of the church forwarded for the glory of Jesus.
And I think there's something to be said, too, about the fact that the only reason why he got on the field is because even though he wasn't prepared and he wasn't dressed, he had been there before doing the work. He was involved. He was physically prepared. And
he was on the team.
He didn't have his uniform on, but Joker had already done the work to be ready to go. And so I think that's a great word. I enjoyed that. You and I are called to this. And so if we are going to follow Christ, part of that entails not only our preparedness, but our willingness and our service to the church. So,
and part of our challenge as a staff is to help equip people to do what they do, not to see ourselves as the people upon whom all the pressure is to play the game, but to say, okay, we need everybody around us to join us in it.
Each member rightly fitted together.
Amen.
Doing the work. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back soon, I promise, with another High Points very shortly. So share this with your friends. I pray that it's encouragement to you. See your world around you today as an opportunity to serve and to share the gospel. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.